Hello, this is homework help for Module 4, Lesson 18. This is the actual homework. I'm going to do the problems that are not part of the homework as examples. First problem that we have is 2.2 times 2 and 2/10 times 1 and 6/10. So first thing we're going to do is write it as fractions. 22/10 times 16/10. How do I know to put 10? I know to put 10 because the last digit is in the tenths place. So the 6 here is in the tenths place. That's how I know I can say 16/10. All right. So now we're going to go the next step. And we have our 10 and our 16 over here. And our 22 and 10 over here. And we're actually going to multiply them. Okay. So hopefully you see that we're going to get 100 on the bottom. So our answer is going to be in the hundreds. If I did an estimation, I would do 2 times 2. Our estimation would be 4. So our answer would be about 4. That could be a little higher, it could be a little lower, but it's not going to be 43. It's not going to be 46 hundredths. It's going to be close to 4 wholes. All right, so on the side over here, I am going to multiply my 22 times 16. It's 22/10 times my 16/10. All right, so first we're going to multiply our 6 times 2 is 12. Now we're going to do it again. 6 times 2 here is 12, but we're going to add this one on the line, so it makes it 13. And I use that. Now I'm going to multiply. Before I multiply, I need to put a 0 because we're actually going to be multiplying times 10. Okay, but we're going to say times 1. 10 times 2 would equal 20, so that's how I get that 2 and a 0. All right. Then I'm going to multiply the 2 times 1 again. I'm going to get a 2. Going to add those up. And that gives me 352. So our answer here is 352 hundredths. Then to write that as a decimal, we have 352. And we see that we have 2 zeros here, so we can put it 1, 2. We said our answer is going to be close to 4, and 3 and 52 hundredths is close to 4. So our answer is correct, most likely. Now, if you don't know where to put the decimal, just think about how many decimal places are in the problem as well. 1, 2. Okay, remember we're going from the right to the left, and our estimation tells us that it's going to be close to 4. So some of you will figured out that you can put it between the 3 and the 5 because 3 and 52 hundredths is close to 4. Okay, so 10 times tenths equals hundredths. Sorry about the sloppiness there. All right. Let's go to B on the next page, I believe. Okay, the multiplication is already set up for you on this one, for this example. We're going to multiply. 5 times 7 is 35. 3 times 7 is 21, plus a 3 is 24. 7 times 3 is 21. So that's our multiplication. But wait, I forgot to do something. Want to set it up, and this is going to be hundredths. How do I know it's going to be hundredths? Because the 5 is in the hundredths place. And I'm going to multiply that times 7/10. So our knowledge of multiplying fractions is coming in handy here. All right, so everyone understand how we got that? So we go down to the next step here. We know our answer is going to be thousandths. I could even stop right there, kind of. All right. Let me get this 2. We know our answer from over here. I'm doing this so that you know where I got this answer. I could easily write it, but I want you to see that I'm just putting this answer above the 1,000 there. Okay? Now, since we're saying thousands, we know that there's 1, 1, 2, 3 in the thousands. So when we put our answer is going to have 1, 1, 2, 3 behind the decimal. Any questions? Of course, I can't answer them right now. You can go to Class Dojo if you need to send me a message. Today I'm kind of busy, but hopefully I can get to it. And I'll move on to the next problem. Okay, so this one's very easy, and you can even simplify it even more if you really pay attention to it. Sorry about that if you heard it. All right, so let's go ahead and start. We're going to put the 650 above what? Put the 650 above 100. Again, the zeros in the hundreds place, so we could put 650 in the hundreds place. I'll get back to that. I know some of you are probably saying something else. And then next, we put the 45 over 10, 45 tenths, because the 5 is in the tenths place. Another way to look at it is that there's 2 zeros over here, or 2 digits to the right of the decimal. So we have 2 zeros over here. And over here we have 1, so there's 1 0 over here. All right, so we have our 45, then we have our 650 and our 100, and we're multiplying them. Okay, so far so good. We know our bottom one is going to be with 3 zeros, because there's 1, 2, 3 zeros here. 100 times 10 is 1,000. We're going to take it to the side here and go 650. I'm going to do it a little bit closer, and you'll see why in a second. 650 times our 45. 5 times 0 is 0. Let me change colors here for you. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 5 is 25. I'm going to put a 2 up here. And I'm going to do 5 times 6 is 30, plus a 2 is 32. All right, let me change my color here. I want to change it to something that you can see, kind of. 4 times 0 is 0. Oh, we have to put a 0 there first. Don't forget to put a 0 here. Okay? This 0 here represents the tens place. This 0 here represents the 4 times 0. Then we have 4 times 5 is 20. Another 0, excuse me. Then we have 4 times 6 is 24, plus the 2 on the line is 26. So we have this big long number, 39,250 over 1,000. Okay, if we did our estimation, we would see that this is about 7 times 5. Answer needs to be close to 35. Okay, so right there you should know that our answer is going to be 39 would be close to 35. The decimal would go there, and that would be our answer. Do we need this 0? No, not necessarily, but since we have it there, it's a good way to remember that there's 3 zeros, or 3 decimal places to the right. All right, so I was going to show you something else. We could have done 65 over 10, which is the same as 650 over 100. We could have multiplied that times the 45 tenths. And then we would have gotten 100 here. Let me back up a second. It would be 10, 45. I'm going to multiply that times the 65 tenths. We can use the same number as before, but here our denominator is going to be hundredths, and we're going to take away a 0. That's all we're doing. Okay, is it the same answer? Definitely is, because this time we have it in the hundredths place, and the 5 here is in the hundredths place, and so is this 5. But in this problem here, I kind of took away this 0 here, so I took a decimal place away, and I only moved it 2 spaces. Also, we know that our estimation is 35. 39 is close to 35. If I put the decimal here, if I put the decimal there, it would only be 3. If I put the decimal here, it would be 392. And we don't want 392. We want something close to 35, our estimation. All right, I think that's all the problems that I have. I'll go ahead and take a quick look at the word problem. I think I gave you 4. Eric buys 2.5 pounds of cashews. If each pound of cashew costs $7.70, how much will he pay for the cashews? It's a simple multiplication problem, boys and girls. Okay, so do your best. I'll show you the homework again. I'll go back actually, show you the work again. Remember, you can always pause. There's a homework. May the force be with you.